Dialogue of the Liberia Media for Democratic Initiatives. A way for peace, democracy, and development in our country. Today we're talking Liberia's taxation regime. Every country, every people, every man, every woman must pay tax. Around the world, for we live on tax. Now, in 1980, there was a violent overthrow of the government here. Master Sergeant Samuel Doe and his group took over, and they decided that one of the main taxes we were paying, which we used to call hot tax, H-U-T. A lot of us might be too young to understand that, except we read well. So they started that in the name of the freedom they launched when they overthrew the Togo government. The rationale was to say, okay, everybody is free to do, but here was it. You don't take drum from bucket. It's rather the reverse. You take bucket from drum. You don't put it there, you won't take it. How is that possible? So we announced that we'll be paying every worker at least $200 then. Before that, some people were making $50, 75, 120, blah, blah, blah. But we said the least man, as of 1980, will make $200. Meanwhile, we forgot to know that the money wasn't there. Since then, we started paying what we call hot tax, house tax now, as we would call it, real estate. So LRA has, the Liberia Revenue Authority has begun to reintroduce the house, otherwise the hot and or the real estate tax today. Real estate because it covers both what you put on the house and the land. Interesting, you will have to pay for your empty land now. All these we are here for. Before we go any further, may we rise together to take Liberia's national anthem. Please sing it along. Thank you. Liberia, are you Liberia? This golden land of liberty shall long be out. Though you morning green be often, and mighty be above. Though you morning green be often, and mighty be above. And mighty be above. And mighty be above. 1, 2, 3, 4. In joy and gladness, with all hearts united, we shout the freedom of our race benighted. Long live Liberia, happiness, a home of glorious liberty by God's amen. A home of glorious liberty by God's amen. Thank you. Clap for Liberia. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a seat on the dialogue. We are glad to be welcomed here by this university under the leadership of Dr. No James Kiamo, a PhD. Not very many people will allow these things, but the president has allowed us here. We're grateful. So this is a Christian college, and we must do what is appropriate. Can we have a prayer from anybody in the crowd? Anybody? Let's all come to the mic. Come to the mic. This one, sir. Your name and pray for us.
Okay, I'm Brother Samuel Juflomo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's pray. Father God, this time I want to tell you thank you, Lord Jesus, for our brothers and sisters
who have decided to come to have a treaty with us. We invite the Holy Spirit to make sure you get involved in this thing that information will penetrate us. But we reach to those who can easily believe in being that. But from there, we will make an effort to reach to the area that the government is expected to reach. And I thank you for everyone. In Jesus' name, I pray.
Amen. Amen. Now, what we want to do is to say we are really, really honored by your college in Liberia, International Christian College, LICC or Licc for short. If you start calling yourself Licc, it will do you a lot of good. When you create acronyms, if you are not doing it already, you make use of the most easy, the most suitable way you call it. So it becomes ringing in the ears of people. And then they will like your college. They will simply say, you know Licc? Licc in Ganta. It makes a lot of sense, right? I hope we're doing that already. So our president, Dr. James Kiamuru, of this college will, don't worry, that part of it, will welcome us and say a few things about this college. Part of the reason we are here is to give your college some promotion. So, Mr. President, it is important that learning institutions like this get promoted. And we are glad to be here, and especially the President would say you're welcome, we owe it to you. Mr. President?
Yep.
Thank you, Dad.
Thank you very much, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Like I said, those of you who don't know me, my name is Nuwo James Kiamo. And I always like it that way, Nuwo James Kiamo, not James Nuwo Kiamo, but that's an aside, right? Okay, we're very happy this morning, or this afternoon. I think your part of it is now afternoon, to have the Liberian Media Democracy Initiative come over to visit us today. Mr. Colley, don't charge me with insubordination if I just call you John. You know, you're my big brother, but I just like calling you John because, you know, we follow this thing a whole lot. And yesterday I got a call in the morning from John that he wanted to come here to talk with us. And I went like, oh, well, this is an opportunity. But we have a situation where normally we don't have students gathering together for meetings on Tuesdays this semester. We don't have a Tuesday meeting for our students this semester. So how shall we do it? And yesterday, Tonio was able to come, Gibson. He came and he met us in our chapel. And then we discussed a little bit. And we told the faculty and staff and the students who are here, please pass the word around and let the others know so that tomorrow, 12 o'clock, we can be here to meet our guests. We realize that in life, you've got to learn to be flexible, especially when you want some things done. Things don't always work on the time you put, but some good things work at the time you don't expect them to work. And so that's why we're here this morning, and I say thank you very much to all of you students who didn't have classes today, who should have not been here, but you heard the news and you came, and we say thank you to you. I also say many thanks to the visiting team. Catherine, you're with the team, but you are with also, you're still one of us. And the faculty and staff of LICC, I say thank you very much for honoring this occasion and making it for us. This semester, actually starting from last semester, we realized that the Liberian International Christian College, LICC, Licc, that's good, John. We say LICC, Licc, the only trouble is we have to make sure that they don't think it's L-A-K-E.
All right, okay.
No, but we're just, yeah, that's right. So we normally call it LICC, but it's good we call it Licc. It started out as an initiative of few Liberians who managed to leave this country into the diaspora. Now these guys realized that while in the diaspora, God has saved them miraculously from the war situation we're having here. And then they thought, well, how can we give back to our country? Our country is hurting. Every one of them could have stayed in America. Many of them are still in America, but they thought we want to give back to our country because we know we've got brothers and sisters out there who will never have the opportunities we have. If they ever manage to get some of the opportunities we have, other situations back home might prevent them from coming up here. So let's see how we can help them. So in short, it is this motivation by few Liberians, many of whom were from Lima County and from the United Liberian Inland Church, who went out there and said, let's come together and do something. Most of them were in Indiana and Chicago, but they're all spread out in the United States. And they got themselves together into a group they call Licc, the United Liberian Inland Church Associates and Friends. Associates and Friends, that meant we are not only limiting this thing here to inland church people, we are extending it to Liberians who are out here and Americans and other people who want to join us to be friends with us, friends of Liberia, to give this gift to Liberia so that we can raise the quality of higher education in Liberia. This was spearheaded by our brother who's now Dr. Bo, and he started this initiative with the Licc, the Inland Church, and the government of Liberia. The government of Liberia is a major partner to this thing. Yeah, because we are subjects of Liberia now. So. And so the government, when the initiative started, we said, what do we want to do? We realized that education has got to be decentralized. We started thinking of decentralization a long time ago. But you see, there are certain things you can't do until you are in that authoritative position or place of influence where you can do it. But we said, well, we will not have to wait until Liberia decentralizes education. We will have to find a way to start decentralizing. And so LICC started. It started very small, very weak, but it started with people with a strong, hardened mind to make some little meaningful contribution to their community. And over the years, what we're doing has been attracting people from far and near. And yes, from within, we haven't been greatly publicized. And I was just telling Gibson, it's our theology that is also affecting us. Evangelicals believe that we should do our things quietly and serve God faithfully, and our work will show itself. But there comes time when we need to go public, because what we are doing, in as much as we like to keep it quiet, we also want it to grow. But we don't want it to grow beyond what we can control. We want it to grow in accordance with our vision and mission. And so, in short, that's what the LICC story is like. We're in partnership with the Licc, with the United Liberian Inland Church, Friends and Associates, Associates and Friends. But when it started, there were other church people, like Baptists and others were involved, so they are still involved because it's not only an inland thing. And then we have some missionary group, the Hope in the Harvest Mission International. Someone should have been here, they're down there. And we are growing small, in leaps and bounds. The college started as an AA program, was accredited by NCHE, the National Commission on Higher Education, to offer associate degree programs in business education, the tracks, business, education, theology, and later on we added agriculture. And right now we say, wait a minute. We need to move this thing forward. We know we have to do it by steps. We respect the government. We want to follow everything the government is doing. But we need to move this thing up to a bachelor's level. Because there's no reason why, when you produce all this AA all over the place, then what? You produce all these AAs year after year. They go, Cottonton is full, LU is full. You don't want people to leave from here and go way to Monrovia, be struggling to go to school. You know how Monrovia is when you come from this place. So we're saying, well, look, we've got to take the bull by the horn. There are some things you do and you run after them. There are others you do and they run after you. This time we want them to run after us. So we've started the BSc and BA programs already. That's why I said we will run after us. But let me take my seat away. From last semester, we started telling our people, you see, like during the National Christian College, part of our driving force is that we want to produce education that transforms the heart. We know that education is power, but education in and of itself devoid of God and devoid of God-related morality and philosophy will do no nation any good. Starting from the European nations to America to all these countries, they started their foundations on this book. They started their foundations on this book. That's why we talk about Liberia being built on Christian principles, which is a different thing. And at some point, I know we will have time to talk about it. People ask, what are these Christian principles? And they say things that are not related to it, but at some time we'll talk about it. So we told our students, let's start to follow examples of statesmen like David, Israel's second but most beloved king, of whom it is said in Acts chapter 13, verse 36, for David, after he had served the purpose of God in his own generation, fell asleep and was laid with his fathers and saw corruption. We want to follow this legacy of serving God's purpose in our own generation. And so at LICC, when the LRA tax club situation came about, we said, well, look, this is beautiful for us because we want to serve God in our own generation. And part of serving God in our own generation is learning to pay taxes because the very Bible tells us, give to Caesar and give to God. So when times come to give what belongs to Caesar, we give to Caesar what belongs to him, as long as Caesar also understands that you cannot dictate what belongs to God to come to you. You will give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar.
Okay, Dad. I know Dad is rebuffing. What could seemingly become a campaign for the offering to happen? There you go. You see, when you come to the macrocosm of knowledge, you're in this advanced setting, then you know it, game after game. So we all know what we're talking, right? Even. Yes, we're spending the money, we're not getting anything back from anybody, but we're getting promotion from it too, and I'm grateful to him for the kind of work he's doing. He's very good at attracting and mobilizing, learning people, and people got their gifts. So when I say, is it possible to organize that college? You say, yeah, I will go there. I will meet that. I said, but that expressed some skepticism about what we could do. He said, I will meet him. Something will happen. Something has happened. But that will be a good idea if we can do your debate tomorrow, if you have time. That is key because that's the way we should begin to actually discuss in the country. Tonight, we are sitting at Nembe. Our people have to be educated. We should not be pushing things on them unexpectedly. And so we are taking this thing beyond the contract that we got. We want to go to places they never told us to go. Saklepie, Zogowi, Bokonima, just places where our people need to know. You know, Kelipo, Kaweke. I've gone to at least 10 towns in every county in Liberia, so I so know this country. At least 10 towns. As for neighbor, I was born here, so means I would have done here. I would have found the old man, you know. That's why I almost call him from. But thanks. So let's begin. Thank you. We are honored. So our team is made of Mr. Gibson, Azam, Gabi Azam here, Catherine Toa, our technical team there, headed by Fokpa, assisted by our man Joe and Eric, very great young guys who are doing excellent work because they know what to do. So we want to begin with, we understand there are a few high school students here, is that correct? Did they come? I'm not sure. You're not sure. But we know they got task club here. So what we're gonna do, we know you should know a few things now if you've really been working with the LRA. Gibson knows how to tease you. He takes over on that. Q&A, questions and answers.
Who's moving?
Who's talking? I know, when you get the aroma from in the palava hut, you know that most of you have had something already to eat. So I'm not going to.
Who's moving?
Who's talking? I was still very low. Wow. So what we're going to do, we'll see, because I can be crazy now. Where we listen to crazy and say, why did we begin to answer to that at the time? So ladies and gentlemen, again, I'd like to say to Doc, thank you. But there are a few things I know that you know about tax. Open yourself up, don't be ashamed. Nothing you say here is wrong. Because the main people who's supposed to give you the correct answers are here.
Can anybody, this mark is for you, so you will face me, then we talk. Can anybody come to this mark and just tell me what is tax? Most of the time, it's only pay tax. But what is it? Anybody? Yes, thank you, my brother. You will say your name, the college or the department you're from, and then you give your answer.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, high school man is here. Yeah. You're welcome, the man on this camp over here. Thank you very much. So what is tax?
All right, tax is the amount paid to the government in order for translation.
He says it's an amount paid to the government in order for what?
Translation.
Translation. Let's clap for him again, please. Thank you very much. So it's an amount paid to the government. So what is tax? I want to take 3 persons on that question. Yes, my brother there, and then you. And the ladies will come from a lady. Yes.
Tax is the bond as the amount
Your
paid.
name, please. Your name.
I'm Brother Woodnogon from the Theological Department.
Thank you,
of
sir.
the college. Yeah, tax is the amount paid to the government to enable the government to be able to pay the government worker in the country.
That seems to me like an operational definition. Say that again. It's an amount paid to the government to enable the government to do what?
To pay the government
to pay
worker
the government workers
in the country.
In the country. Let's clap for him also. So yesterday when I was at the community meeting, Doc was reminding you about putting your phone on silence. You'll do that here too. Because you see there are powerful recorders up there that hit distraction.
My name is Victoria Wamiana.
Yes, Victoria. Can you come close to the mic? Yes, please.
My name is Victoria Wamiana from the JWBSC High School. One of the advisors.
Please invite the high school. Because you know why you're clapping for them? Let me tell you, eventually they will be one of those sitting the placement exams to enter this college. So the kind of welcome you gave them, I thought you would clap better than that to encourage more. Yesterday they say a lady came up here and said the new student were whipped by the old student in the football match. What a record. You're not encouraging the new people there to come and build the new student team. You're clapping it up. Thank you, my dear. Victoria? Yes, Victoria. What is tax?
Yes, my understanding about tax is a contribution from citizens to support our country Liberia.
Tax is the contribution from citizens to support our country Liberia. You can see that the second guy who answered, he gave another, but we have another operational definition. Let's clap for her. So to allow you to be thinking, let me give you the next question. Can you name few of the taxes that we paid in Liberia or maybe elsewhere? Can you name? Because I told you yesterday, what you're doing here, you're educating the entire republic. Licc, L-I-C-C, is telling everybody about tax. So, tax, you see that the definition I'm going to give, everything the people say here, that it can say something about it. It's a mandatory. You underline that word if you write it, mandatory. So it's not by choice. No one here said mandatory. Some people say contribution, money we pay, but that word is very key. It's a mandatory financial charge or some other type of levy imposed. That's another word to underline. Those are the key words. Imposed upon taxpayer by a governmental organization, in this case, LRA. All right, by a governmental organization, in order to fund various public expenditures. And everybody talk about government for government to take care of the country, for government to pay people. Those are public expenditures. So you see the definitions you gave. LICC now gave yourself a very big hand of applause. Thank you. So the definition fit in the definition. But there's something all of you did not say. And tax, most times, is a percentage. If those of you in the business college, you know when I say percentage, when we say we're going to charge 2% on this $100. Every time you pay $100, you charge 2%. That 2% there, you know, is how the percentage is calculated. So now, if you do your multiplication, practically, some of you with a calculator, you will say 2, you press the percent times $100, or you say 0. Change the percent to decimal. Say 0.02 times, then you find the answer. Most of the time, that's how the people say, the men are coming talk of percentage. That's how you calculate the percent. If you have 10%, you simply need 10 over 100. If you change the 10% to decimal, that's 0.1. 0.1 times anything will give you the taxes you will pay. So before I leave here, I'll give you quick math. You get a calculator, you use it. You get it when you use it. Find the tax, for example, on coming to this university. If the tax rate is 5% and the amount is $1,000, what will be the tax on that amount? Somebody will come and answer me while we're doing the next. Somebody get an answer already? 5%. And the amount is $1,000. What will be the tax? Please come to the mic. Somebody get an answer already? Can you come closer, please?
I'm Samuel Sia.
Welcome, Samuel.
Student of the institution from the business department.
Oh, well, man, I won't talk to you. What are the kind of taxes here?
We have few kinds of taxes.
If you don't come to the mic, we'll not capture it.
Some of the taxes that we need to pay are income tax.
Income tax.
Real estate tax.
Real estate tax.
Investment tax.
Investment tax. Man, we tax here, tax. Thank you very much. Let's clap for the man. So, we got some business. The one the man named, nobody should come and repeat it. He said, let's repeat it. He said, income tax. He said, real estate tax. Then he said, investment tax. Nobody should repeat that. Can anybody make addition to that listing? Okay, you've talked. Let's take our man with the coast. No man, you're well dressed today. Let's let out the clap for you. Man, come. Our man, come. Please just prop yourself. Don't give them chance. So, my dear, your name, which of the departments in LICC or Licc?
Lima, business department.
That you are want to talk to. So, there are how many? Some few of the kinds of taxes for us.
The few of the taxes that I know about, and single tax.
You say single tax?
Yes.
Okay.
Transfer tax.
Transfer tax.
Yes. Income tax, indirect tax.
Indirect tax.
Etc.
Your please give the madam a very Thank you. So she talks about indirect tax. Hey, let me tell you something about it quickly before I go to the third person. Do you know that when you ride taxi, you pay tax? Do you know that when you buy the bag of rice, you pay tax? Yes. Who can tell me what kind of tax is that? Come to the mic, I'll capture everything you say. Yes. What kind of tax is that when you ride it? Tell me what that kind of tax.
Well, good afternoon.
Yes.
I'm student T1 Calvin Shelton from the Agricultural Department of this institution.
Wonderful.
That's happened to be an indirect tax.
You have to give them a big hand. Thank you very much. So, in the country, when you walk from on the campus down there, you pay tax. You go to town, you pay tax. Yes, so anything. So, it should not make you afraid of the people. All the people coming talk about that. They one who are in them, but we were talking there. You know, we own the mobilization. So, we were talking, what kind of thing you're paying here again? So, I said, man, we just want to make it clear now because then we can't do that direct. But you pay the thing already every day. But the direct now, my brother come with elaborate on the direct tax. And guess what? The direct tax is interesting if you know the truth. The last time my horse, I go to the calculation, the program tell me the total money for whole year at $8 US. I said, but I can pay for 5 years. $8. I tell you, the things are funny. I said, I didn't put a friend. You see, no can some poor, yes, some they buy fast, some they more than 200 LD. You'll find out. And I think we're running away from. So let's take the last person. Anybody on the kinds of taxes? Yes. My man will close your hand or let's man if you say the thing you won't say. Okay, big time. Because the things some people can say the thing you won't say on time.
D. Lawrence Ramsey from the business department.
I mean, you have been with Mama, you look like a business student.
We have hotel tax, we have federal tax.
Federal tax. Hotel tax. So we will now move to the next level. And the next level now, we can break it down. Some of you, when they say income tax, it can be somewhat confusing with some of you. Because some people here, for them, this is the first time they be part of this kind of conversation. When they say real estate tax, which will be our main focus for this program. And I'd like to thank the guy that named that real estate tax. But since real estate tax is our main focus, who know what is real estate? After that, now I will leave you real estate. Mama, you coming, right? Yeah. Real estate is spelled R-E-A-L space E-S-T-A-T-E.
Once again, I'm Samuel Sia from the
Mama, you
business
scared of the
department.
microphone here?
I'm Samuel Sia from the business department.
Yes, real estate tax.
Real estate. From the definition, real, anything that is sustainable that cannot remove by accident.
For example.
Building,
your clap.
land,
Your clap. And you know what? Amen. He's speaking straight from the balance sheet. And I true, on the balance sheet, remember what's access area. And that way you can find all kind of thing in your clap for the man. What are you talking? Ladies and gentlemen, that is our focus for the discussion. I will stop right here as we continue with the rest of the program. Thank you very much.
Catherine, come now. Our team, LRA, and ours have been working with you for some time, and Catherine has led that process. Catherine would like to talk a little bit about what we've been doing and what she wants to do today.
Thank you very much. Welcome to everyone. For those of you that don't know me, I am Catherine Tua from the Taxpayer Services Division of LRA. And we want to say thank you to the administration of this institution, especially the president, for allowing this program to be established in this school. The STEP program is an after-school program to educate tomorrow's taxpayers. In the case where, when you are educated through this program, you don't have to be forced to go and pay tax. You already have the mindset that tax paying is a must. So, we say welcome to the JWPSN, representatives, especially the ambassadors and the students, and also LICC ambassadors, and those are also members of the tax club. And this STEP program is STEP represents the school tax education program. So yes, STEP means the school tax education program. So today we're going to take this time to present to the ambassador and the member of the school tax club t-shirts that they will be using for the program. As you all know, it's a school tax and it's an after school hours program. So the ones that are in red are for the members. We consider them as members. and the ones are in the red for the ambassadors. So the ambassadors always use the white t-shirts when they are on their presentations, while the students will be using the red when they are in their classes. So they're going to call on the two schools ambassadors. So please come up here so we can officially present to them the t-shirt. Cheers, the UPS High School. Is that big? On behalf of the Liberia Revenue Authority and the OCY, I'm going to take this time to present to you this t-shirt that will be used for the activities in the schools for the task club.
Tokoli?
Yes, I'm blocking you. Oh. Sorry. Very, very sorry. Ambassadors on my right represent the children at UPS High School. So we want to. So those that are here, especially the members, the tax club members, you can just give them their own t-shirts and they put it on and we take the picture. And we also want to meet with you guys to do the evaluation on how you guys can move on with the activity teams. Thank you. Catherine Toa. So, thank you. What is the key word? What's the key word in the word tax? Different lawmakers, ministers. How can you be telling Victoria to pay tax in Ganta? Speaker of the House, you don't want to pay tax. So who will pay for you to raka? But it's not about them, it's about all of us, the way we behave. By the time we take power, we don't want to spend nothing. So it's not about them. It's not they versus us. It's all of us doing the wrong. So we will be talking two basic taxes today that we are about to pay and we must pay. It's already imposed, it's mandatory, but you must know and talk back. You must be able to say, no, even though we will pay, but this is what you're going to do with the money. Our man Gabi Azam is the man in charge of good explanation on our team. So sit quietly and listen to Azam, then ask your questions later on the dialogue. Give him a hand of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. President, faculty members, students, I'm happy to be among you this morning representing the LRA. Like the boss said, we are responsible to collect the money in Liberia. The compulsory tax you're supposed to pay, whether you like it or not, whether I like it or not, whether he likes it or not, you will pay. So the best thing to do for yourself is to learn, understand what it is, what you are supposed to pay, when to pay, where to pay, and how to pay. If you get to know these things, tax payment is not an evil thing. It's something for ourselves, for our own benefit. Let's forget about the corruption or what have you. Without taxes, no government in the world can operate. You give definitions, names of taxes that are collected. Yes, all of what you said here is true, only that most of them are interwoven. They are connected in one way or the other. Direct taxes, indirect taxes. There is no tax that you can refer to as indirect tax. That nobody will come and collect indirect tax from you. But when you take 5 cents and go to buy a pen from the store, you are indirectly paying taxes. Because the man who imported this pen, he paid taxes at the border or at the free port of Monrovia. So when he brings the pen in Liberia and he bought it $5 in China, he has to make profit. So all the taxes he pay, you will add everything and multiply, divide, do everything, and know what profit he will give before he put the price on this pen. So definitely, the taxes he pay, and you and myself going to pay it back. When he reach to the free port, they say to clear up, continue that. 10,000 United States dollar. He will cry, but he will pay that 10,000. He knows he's going to get it back. From who? You and I will pay those taxes. So they are indirect taxes. But today, like the boss said, we're going to be concentrating on 2 basic taxes paid in Liberia. The real estate tax and the business income tax. Because I know Ganta is a business town. Everybody here, one way or the other, will want to do business tomorrow. Even if you have a job and you have a fat salary, you will still want to do business to sustain yourself better. So we want to look at those 2 types of taxes. We will start with the real estate. Somebody gave a very fine explanation of what real estate is. It is the house you have, the land, whether it is a commercial, it's a residential, or what have you, the property you own, those tangible properties, the land is tangible, the house and what have you, those are what we refer to as the real property. Now, on those real property, you're supposed to pay tax. So let's break down those real properties. The first, which almost everybody wants to own, is a residential property. Now, what is that residential property? It is a house that you build, whether that 50-story or that 1-story building or that mud house. It is residential. It is for only you and your family's use. I say only you and your children, your extended family, or anybody. Once nobody enters that house and pay rent to you, you can call people to live in the house. You welcome somebody here, my man, that one room you can be using my boy's quarter. Once you are not renting a single room in that house to anybody, then we refer to that house as residential because you're not making business with it. That house, you pay taxes on it. It has its own value. Then we have what we call the commercial property. You build a house, maybe 3-bedroom house. You sleep in 2, you and your family, and you rent 1 to somebody so you get small thing from it. The government says the fact that you've started to make profit or business from the house, it is no longer a residential property. It has become a commercial property. Why? Because you are using the house to make business. So it is not, the title for that house changed already now. The commercial. Or sometimes you build a house. Then you say that only you and your family living inside, then you attach one shop to the house. Now you and your family living in that shop too. That business you're making in the shop. So the house gets stove, it gets airboy, it gets one stove on it. That stove make the house what? A commercial property. We say residential, no commercial activity should go on there. So once you put commercial activity inside the house, some people can build a house, then they take one room in the house, they make it the office space. You see that my office. We're not talking about your personal office that you're not doing business in. I can get my house, I get one little room inside, I'm doing my thing there inside. But you go take that room that you get some kind of NGO. Then inside there you get all your NGO computers, everything there as the NGO office. That house is no more residential. It is a commercial property. That's one aspect. Then we have land, different kinds of land. We have the farmland, the vacant land, and we have the outside city and town lot. Now, if you have one lot of land right here, you don't build no house on it, you just buy it sitting down there. Government say you pay tax on that land too. Because we want you to develop the land. You can't be keeping the land there, just sitting there, you're not doing nothing with it. Then you say you land owner. You buy land to keep it, government wants you to develop the land. You pay taxes on the land. If your land is more than 1 acre and above, the price is different from the vacant land. Then the one that outside the city, maybe you go in your interior, so Papa then get 3,000 acres of land. They just sitting down there and say land owner. Government say that land owner, they'll be sitting down there for nothing. You pay something on that land too. So everything has its own tax to pay. So let's look at what we're supposed to pay. The residential property, we're starting with the house. The residential property, it is 1/4%. We're talking about percent business here, we'll calculate 0.001, I don't come and do now. But me, I'm a math student, I just memorize it so I know it in my head. I don't know how to calculate it, they tell me I put it in my head. 1/4% of the value of your house. Now, let's use example of a $10,000 house. In case you use $10,000 to build your house, the government say in a year you pay 1/4% of the value of that house. From what they told me, when the people who can calculate, they calculated everything they tell me, they say the 1/4% of the value of 10,000 house is $25 per year. So you are the math people, you calculate whether I want right. 1/4% of the value of the house. So if your house is valued 10,000, 1/4% of 10,000 is $25. So if your house is valued 10,000 US, the amount you pay for the whole year on that house is $25 US. So if you're able to pay 10,000 house, you only want to pay $25 for the whole year. Then the government even make it simple for you again. You're not forced to pay that $25 on the spot. January you can pay $5. February you pay another $5. March another $5. April $5. Before you know it, in 5 months time, you pay your quarter for the $5. You're free for the whole year until the next year. Now that is just a house that is worth 10,000. Suppose your house was worth 1,000. 1/4% of the value of that house. So 1/4% of 1,000. Can anybody tell me what that would be? If 10,000 is $25, 1,000. So you are dividing $25 by 10. What will you get? $2.50. Thank you very much. So if your house is valued $1,000, the tax on it for the whole year is $2.50. You see the kind of the thing we're talking about? Your house value 1,000. Is it impossible to build a house $1,000 US? Is it impossible? Go outside Ganta, maybe in Ganta again happen, but go beyond Ganta in the towns and villages. Some people can use $500 US to build a house. In fact, some houses say you don't pay any money. The community people come together, not dump the main house, the man bring a papo, he put it over here. One thing, the only thing is spend money for the people to eat. Buy food and water for the people. Buy small, I don't know how they call it, bed and elbow, you know. Put some kind of down, let the people get flipped. They drop your house quickly, you put your tax over here. But then the government say that particular house where the people pay with the mud and tax over it, no tax on that one, free. You can't pay tax for that one. So you see how government make it simple? Yeah. The reason why government say you will not pay tax on that one because what did that man use to pay a house? He didn't pay nothing. People just come together, they drop the house, they finish dumping, they go, the papa go in the bush, put the papa together, he can't put it over the house. He didn't spend nothing. Then government can't say you must pay for that one, no. So that's the residential. Now, if you have a commercial, everywhere, hotel, motel, the apartment, people renting. Government say if your house is a business house, the rate change. Then that 1/4% is again. is 1.5% of the value of that property. That's for commercial, 1.5%. So, on a residential, when your house at 10,000, you will pay $25. But by the time that house turns to commercial now, instead of $25 now, it jump $150. 1.5% of the value of the house. So if your house is valued 10,000, the tax on it now $150 US for the whole year. Now you get hotel, people coming inside whole day, NGO people come and enter the group. You want to tell me in a year time you got to pay $150 to government? And in a day time you can make $400. You got to pay $150 in the whole year to the government. But that's for commercial. The people who get commercial. Now, another thing you needed to know, if I get my residential property, my house, when the government comes to pay only, government will not just look at your house and say, your house here at 20,000 horse, and they put tax. No. Government will not cheat you. Government will ask you, because they're residential, they will ask you how much you will declare, how much you pay your house. Now you pay your own house, they're not paying for you. So you will tell us, say my house, 20,000 I used to pay the house. Then we apply the tax on it, and you pay the tax. But mind you, some people, because they don't want to pay something heavy to government now, the man now take 30,000 US, he pay the house, time to pay tax, and he say that 5,000 I used to pay my house. Or that 10,000. Well, put the 10,000 there. You pay your $25 and you go home. That's your house. But you know what will happen in the future? When we say future, then 100 years from now, next year said our future. Now, in the future, that Ganta here, and you see the break people horses on the road here. They have someone that found us there building down there. You to see what happened. And they whip it from there. That's somebody's property. The government clear it because government wanted to build road. Tomorrow government can come and say they won't use the place. They found down on all here. They want to take the whole college from here. We're not saying they come and help you. But government get it right. Say, Mr. President, eminent domain, we want to use this place. We have something important to do here. So how much you pay for your college? Yeah, Mr. President, I would have paid tax before anything. Can I say that 2 million US? Government look at it and say the thing was 2 million. And can hold 50,000, go pay different college somewhere. And government right. But if Mr. President was paying taxes on this building and he valued his business, this building, the whole thing here, as 100,000, and he was paying the taxes, and government come and say they want to use this land, Mr. President tell government my property here is valued 100,000. Government is under obligation to refund that 100,000 because he declared that amount and pay taxes on it. So he will bring his tax receipt and show it to government, and whether government like it or not, they will pay that 100,000. Or you get your Licc combo down there, you pay 30,000, then you count the LRA, you say that 5,000 because you don't want to pay that. Government give you 5,000, you lost that other one. You own your own. Because the amount you declare to us, now what the government will give you. So if you think you are lying to LRA, now you lie to yourself. Most of the business people around here go to the bank for loan to build. You go to LRA, you say you now build one big building, then you say you're building, you 100,000 to build it, then you say you pay 30,000. You can't, you pay the tax to us. You go to the bank now, you want loan, then you tell the bank, say your property is worth 100,000 because you want to take heavy loan. Government come into the bank will come to us. Say the man horse, he been paying tax, yeah. What the man record? I hold that value 30,000. Then will call you my man. You heard you say that 100,000 and 100,000. LRA people say that 30,000. You pay that house. So when you want a loan, we'll come and reduce it. When you agree, we'll give you. You not agree, you go different place. Your house there at 30,000. You know what someone else can do? They can run to us. But man, I beg you, man, I want to add my whole value up. But man, that time pass, so the thing already in the system. That corruption you want to do now, because you want loan now, you count all to add the value up. When add the value up, we'll carry behind, you pay all the taxes on it. So it has been happening. It's real. They come, we give them the advice, value your property the right way so that tomorrow you don't face, hey, you move from here, man. And I get my property, I pay 30,000. Right after that, the man go for loan now, he come back and say, gentlemen, I think you're talking the truth. I want you to help me to care my value. No, you're already in the system. You own your own. Go back to the bank. So it's good to declare properly. Give the right value because it might haunt you tomorrow if you under-declare. That's for the residential and that's for the commercial properties. Now let's look at the land. The government of Liberia also says you pay for the land. But you know what happened? that land is more expensive than the house. Why? Why will government make land when I get nothing on it, just sitting there and say, I'm going to pay 3.5% of the value of the land? It's heavy. And let me put it there. I'm just telling you, it's heavy. But you know why the government did it? Now, if the people that buy all the baby horses, what they buy in Ganta here, you say Ganta farm? What make Ganta farm? And are the horses? Then you go buy one big land right in the center of Ganta. You say, that me get a land. You don't want to build on the land. Just sitting there. Other people looking for land to build, to develop the place. Then you keep in your own land there. You won't do nothing. Government say, all right, hey, you don't want to do nothing. Then our business that you get your land. But you pay the taxes. You not pay the taxes, government can take your land, sell it, and give you, take the tax and give you a change. So if somebody, I use 10,000, I pay my house. The tax on it at what? And at $25 that I will sell. But you are use $1,000. Only 1,000, you buy your land. The tax on that land for the whole year, 3.5%, $35 US. So you see how the land is expensive? $1,000 land you paying $35. $10,000 hole you paying $25. So government do that want to discourage you from keeping the land. You say land owner. You won't even able to put foundation on the land. Then you say land owner. Develop the land so that our country will be developed. Then we have acre and above. Some people can get plenty land. I get 4 acres. I get 5 acres. It's just sitting down there. That they need you want. Develop the land. If you can develop it, sell it. Make money. And do something with the money. Acre and above. 4.5% of the value of the land. That's what you will pay. So when you buy the acre 1,000, that's $45 for the year. Because the land plenty now, so the value go up. 1 lot at $35. Acre $45. If you buy 1,000, that's the example I gave you. I say when you get 20 acres of land and that $35 you can't pay. You will the amount you pay for that land. But you know what happened again? The other tricky thing. Some people can get land, they say they fund it. How they can fund it? Your pa get the land and he sell it to you. Maybe the land in Ganta here, maybe major land in the city center. The people can sell 1 lot for 40,000. Then that your pa get the land, and because your pa now wants to support your pa say, my man just look for 2,000 for me, take that 1 lot. Then you count all, you say that 2,000 you pay tax on that lot. That the market value of that land you pay the taxes on. So even if your father sold the land to you for 2,000, we know how much the land costs. We get our land guide throughout Liberia, how lands are sold. We know. We get a book for it. So you can't lie to us. You go in Central Monrovia. Then you say you buy 1 lot of land in Central Monrovia for 3,000 US. Who born you? The least you can pay in Central Monrovia for a lot of land is 75,000 US. Nobody can sell it to you below that. You got to get a land, that's it. So you pay based on the current market value of the land. So then the last one now is the farmland in the city area and outside the city area. In the city area, the same 4.5%, but then outside city area is $5 US, $5 LD per acre. The people who get a land in a bush, you get 10,000 acre, 1,000 acre. You know, some people get real big land. $5 Liberty, Liberian $5 per acre. That's what you pay on it. The farmland in the city area, 1.4% of the value. Now that kind of farmland, you know what kind of farmland we're talking about? And then when you go make farm, you call it, you and your children, you eat the rest. That's another thing we call farmland. The one we're talking about are commercial farming, where you plant and you sell. And you're not here about bending out your farm. I know people, permanent people in Liberia get big farm, cocoa farm, rubber farm. Those are commercial farms. That's something you go make behind a hut, you throw the tree then down, then you plant the farm, you plant rest, you get 2 bears from there, you put it in the kitchen. You eat, you and your family, then government say can't pay tax for that one. No tax on that kind of thing. And that's commercial thing that I get from hand to mouth. No tax on it. But the commercial, that we will put the taxes on. So that is the explanation for the real estate. So let's quickly look at the business taxes, then we come to your question and answers. And we know you will want to do business. Most of the businesses people do are sole proprietorship. When we say sole proprietorship, one man show. You're running your little shop, your small business, you alone own it. Some people do corporations, you register. So the first thing you need to know about business in Liberia, for you to do business in the Republic of Liberia, you must register the business. Now we get our head office here. Right along the road, when you go, you see LRA office. You can go there and register your business. Sole proprietorship in Liberia, $2,000 for the whole year. Corporation, $4,000. Non-for-profit corporation, that is like this school year. You running church school, no profit making business. $3,500 for the whole year. That's your registration. You register and you are known by the government as a legal entity operating in the Republic of Liberia. After your registration, then you start to pay your taxes. Now, taxes are paid depending on the kind of business you do. So, in our business setting in Liberia, we have 4 categories of taxpayers. We have the large taxpayer, we have the medium taxpayer, we have the small taxpayer, and we have the petty traders. Then the petty trader again is small money, then we divide them into 3. We have petty trader class A, class B, and class C. So government break it down. So I don't care what you're selling in Liberia, will get your own class. You Yana boss, you put it on your heel, will get your own class. Everybody get a class. So you can say, my own bar, I sell my little thing in my hand, carrying it around. So I'm going to pay that. You get your class, you pay. But you pay based on your strength. So let's start with the petty traders. What makes you a petty trader in Liberia? If your business cannot earn more than $2,000 a year, $200,000. You're doing business the whole year, your business can give you $200,000. Then we say, you buy a petty trader, small ball. That thing you're doing that, their hand to mouth. They're a petty trader. Then the petty trader will break you down into 3. Class A, B, and C. Who are the class A people? You get some people who, even though their business not big, but they sell it in shop. Right? Now, those kind of people, we call them class A. They sell in a shop, in a net, a large shop, they go home, the kind of money they open. They only pay direct taxes. The whole year, those people pay $2,400. Then they own a tax business finish. The class B, the people who can be selling along the road on the BB table. They put their things down, they sell, they go home. In the evening, they carry the goods. In the morning, they bring it back. We call them class B. They pay $1,200 for the whole year. Then the class C, our many, I can be walking around on the hay. You get it in the small bucket, on a mat, on a small rest bed. There are class C people there. Those are them in Ganta here, because Ganta in a city, the city people, they can pay $480 Liberian for the whole year. $480. Then when they go outside the city in the small town around here, so you see, the taxes are broken down to your level so that you can be able to pay. Those are for the petty trader. Then the small taxpayer. We say, what made you small taxpayer? Because the money you earn for the whole year is from $200,000 to $3 million Liberian. Your business can make more than $3 million. It's below $3 million and above $200,000 Liberian. So once you are in between there, the government of Liberia, according to our tax law, will call you a small taxpayer. Now you get your own taxes to pay. You're not paying flat rate that a petty trader then. Your own power, when you finish registering your business, then you get some kind of tax, we call it 10% rental income tax. Because the place where you're making your business at that shop, and they can rent the shop from people, somebody pay a big house, then they're renting all the shop there inside. So when you go take one shop, the money you pay to that man to rent the shop, 10% of that amount you pay to government as tax. Then now you pay that the money what you're giving to the landlord, that place you take that 10%. So if the landlord say, give me $100 for the whole year, to say a year, you give the landlord 90, you give government 10. You pay it. When you pay, you give the receipt to the landlord and you keep your copy. When you're not doing, when we come tomorrow, you say, I give the money to the landlord. Where your landlord? They put say, all the landlords then can be in America. We can see them. So when we come, when I see your landlord, we'll close your shop, you go bring him, then he come from America and pay our 10%. But you know, we're not interested in closing your shop. So we tell you, please tell your landlord, they pay our $10. You call him, we'll get phone this and say, my man, the tax people yell. That money I gave you, they say, government get 10%. Please send it, let me give it to the people. You got to pay the 10%. Then the next one you pay, we call it business income. You do your business. At the end of the quarter, after every 3 months, you calculate how much you made. Maybe you made $25,000 for the whole 3 months. Government say you must pay 4%. 4% of that 25,000 how much? Me, I don't know how to calculate, but if you want to tell me, say that 1,000. So you calculate whether you're right. 4% of 25,000, 1,000. That you pay to government. Then you clear. When our LRA men come out with a t-shirt and an ID card, my man, you pay your 4%. Say, yo, cheat my receipt here. Oh, all right, you clear. But when you not pay that, man, come, my man, go pay your 4%. You don't pay all, you know what, our men and I call them, my man, come back. This small thing get to the man. So the man will go. You know what the man can do in Morovia? Now, real thing happening. The man come. For you to pay your tax, you do it. You take small thing, you get to the man go tell you, all the men say that man, I don't want to pay, go there too. All the men come, oh, my man, you pay your 4%. No, I'm paying you take small thing, you get to the man. I may go, another man come. You know how many people you be settling? Why you can't take your little money, you go pay your tax one time. Whole day, get settled. At the end of the day, when you check that small thing you get the people, it's more than the tax you're supposed to pay. So just pay your late tax one time and forget it. And stop disturbing your own business. Pay the 4%. Once you do that, your business is okay. So that's for the small business. Then we have the medium. In Nima here, they get medium taxpayers here. Now, medium taxpayers are those people who earn between 3 million and 30 million Liberian dollars. If your business can make between 3 and 30 million Liberian dollars a year, we not say one day or 1 month, the whole year, if your business can generate from 3 million to 30 million, we say you medium taxpayer. Your own class go up now. So the 4% they may are paying, small business people, you're not paying it, your own at 2%. Because at the end of the year, the government say 25% of your profit you give to government as tax. But government cannot wait for the year to end before you pay that tax. How the government will operate? So you pay that money after every quarter. Then at the end of the year, you do your calculation and you calculate it towards 25% of your profit. Now the accounting then they know how to do that at the end. On the year end, they do the report, then they do what we call annual filing. In that filing, the business people will go to accountant firm. They will put all the report together. Your expenditure, your income, subtract this, that. At the end of the year, this is my income and this is my profit. Now that profit, what you make, government get 25% inside. And you pay government 25%. The 2% you've been paying, you take it from there, the change you give to government, and you settle for the whole year. Then they pay that 10% also, it go across everybody who renting 10%. You pay your 10%, their own party get one different one called staff salary. And when you're working here, they can pay you. Before your salary comes, your employer can take the tax from there. Take tax from there and pay it on your behalf. When you not do it, when we come, then he will pay that one. So they know it already before your salary comes. You say your boss man can call your tax. They put them can get salary here, they know that one. So that's only plenty to talk. They can't even reach to it because you know why we can do that one? I'm making $300 every month. You ever give my 300 and you tell me I'm going to go pay tax? Who are going to pay tax to? I'm running with my master to my home. So before that mark out of you, they can call the tax from there and then they give to you. But when they tell you, say, hold your money, go pay tax. I beg you, yeah. I remember go pay tax. Who won't pay? So that one, it can't even reach in your hand. They take it from there. But some people, what they can do, they will take it, then they go use it on their business. We'll catch you on that one. We'll put what we call penalty and interest on you. The money, instead of paying $5 at the end of the month, maybe your money instead from 5 will jump straight to 12. You will pay it because you're stealing from the government. You're late. You don't want to pay soon. We'll charge you penalty and interest. We're not interested in doing it, but we have to do it. Then the last one is the large taxpayer. We call you large taxpayer in Liberia because your business can give you more than 30 million Liberian dollars for the whole year. You make more than 30 million. And when you're not small potato again, a big man, a big business, those are factories and big hotels like Lone Star Selcom, all those kind of people there, Simeco there, that large taxpayer in there. And I don't put them, pay plenty of the money in the country. So they have all those kind of taxes also to pay, like the medium taxpayer. So in essence, what we've said is tax payment is for who? All of us. Whether we like it or not, and they said it here, what our boss man said, mandatory. It means a force. You forced to pay it. The only reason why we come here to teach you is because we don't want to bring force on you. So we want you to learn, know it, and pay it. In Liberia, we don't have a kind of regime. In other countries, they can pump you to pay it. in Liberia, we beg you to pay. But if we beg, we tell you now want pay, and then we join the other posts out now. The enforcement regime now will come. And if you put change in people before one and pay, maybe we'll start at 1 hour and I won't pay. We'll lag your whole put you and your family outside. We get a right to do that. But we don't want to do it because we want people to pay voluntarily. In Liberia, our tax regime is a voluntary regime. We beg you, you come and declare. No businessman can come. Our man will not go in the method. Yeah, with all the goods here, your 4% you're supposed to pay that 30,000. No. Or the money what you made the last 3 months, with all the kind of goods you get in the shop, I think the 3 months, that 200,000 you made. No. You tell us how much you made. Self-declaration is based on how much you declare that we'll put our tax. So you see how our tax regime is a little lenient compared to others. So I hope we've gotten something from what I've said. That is what I can give you today because of time, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Good. Now be here. You call up your own. Good. I'm sure you heard the man. Huh? Did we learn new things other than the things we know in our clubs and the business school? What does that mean? Who knows what that means? If you know so much in your college and then the man comes and says things that you don't know, what does that mean? Can somebody answer that for me? This is a bit philosophical. What does that mean to you? Yes, sir. I told you this is going to be a conversation, not just talking at you. No. We don't do that.
Yes.
What that means to you?
What it means to me is that learning is a continuum.
What's your name again?
Michael Zenga from Education Department.
Good. And you're the right man to talk to.
Yes, so it means that education or learning is a continuum process. We learn every day. So I can say I'm in RCC or at a business college. I know all about tax. And when I hear about your coming and stay away. So learning is a continuum process.
Thank you. And to add to what our brother said from the Education College of Licc, and Doug was saying it will not be the word Licc, but be happy if they consider the word L-A-K-E. Because then they're licking education. So let them call you Licc. Huh? So it means in practice that life is not about theory. All the thing we're learning here in the college, that's the theory of the actual practice of somebody yesterday. What people learn to do by hand is what they are teaching you now to do, so you can do it with your hand too. So life as it goes on, it needs a continuous learning process because there are new ways to do things every minute and second, every second and minute. Things are changing. Those days to define what is tax. We're going to go tell that what a bogey guy in the library, go bring it. No, we don't have to do that today. We stood right here and visited the word, and the man brought you the definition of tax. So things are changing. So those old people sometimes they say, we learn nothing long time. You learn nothing. Right now, you don't know certain taxes to collect. I will be meeting Commissioner General CG and requiring all revenue agents of counties, when we arrive there, they must be part of this. Or else they will be taking archaic things to the people. They will be telling the people what is not happening now. Look at the new things the man brought. So thank you. The dialogue is taking a break today at the Liberia International Christian College, the LICC or Licc for short. The other man a taxpayer. Yeah. And I met a Baku A. We're glad to be here today at Licc, Liberia International Christian College at Ganta in Nimba County. And I understand this college is now a full-fledged bachelor's, what do you call it, provision college right now, which is good, meaning more people would like to come, see the kind of thing. So we're happy. We're back here at LICC.
So, actually, because this company...
But I, Jeremiah Kuna. That got me with.
So they need to envisage the whole program.
Yeah.
They'll have a committee to check the program. The contract is not really essential. They dissolve it and bring in good company.
I know the new president, to answer you a bit, President George Weah, has set up a committee to review all these concessions. In his view, some of them are not really meeting our needs. And you got a contract, for example, he said, they've been trying to build one road between Senegal and Yekepa forever. They can't come. He has a concern about that. So you are right. But there's a man. Yeah, answer the man. Yeah, you come in.
All right. Like you said, concessions, I don't think is what I can speak to. The concessions are agreed upon, reviewed by the people you elected into office. So those people are responsible to answer your question. However, you said another thing concerning not feeling the taxes that are paid. Now, the taxes paid to the central government from Niba County, some of that taxes return to your county in the county development fund. So you also have the right to audit the people who control your county development fund, because that money comes from the taxes you pay.
And Nimba is, yes, please do. Yep.
Gabi, this is a follow-up question for you.
All right, sir.
Tony and Gibson. Now, won't the concession company fall on a large tax?
They are definitely on a large tax.
So I think, my brother, that would be your answer. Large tax deals with that, and he gave the range of their payment.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that follow-up. Yes. You see, the taxes we pay, you saw people coming up here to give different kind of taxes we pay, right? If I start to discuss the taxes we pay in Liberia, we'll not go home today. So I just discussed the one relevant to you.
Oh.
The concessions, they pay a lot of taxes. So we calculate all those taxes that they are supposed to pay that we collect from them. It all make up what we call your budget.
Thank you.
So they pay.
Zawolo Zwagle, is that has a concern?
Thank you. My name is Zawolo Zwagle, Chair of the Education Department.
Double Z.
My own concern is this.
Yes.
This notion that librarians don't like to pay tax, I think is not a correct notion. I think that a challenge here which I would like our educators to carry to their bosses is that people are not getting much from their tax.
Yeah.
Because take for instance, take Ganta. Right now, I'm on the city council. We got more than 72,000 persons in this town. If we start to collect the real estate taxes and some criminals are somewhere in Royal Community taking some chairs from LRCC, how fast can we easily get the police to come and help LRCC or in the various localities? So I just want to make this comment so that you people can take it back that the impression that librarians don't like to pay tax, for me, is not true. But the problem is the kind of protection they should get, especially from real estate. And the kind of protection they don't have a way to secure that. Thank you very much.
I agree with you why I disagree. The people, Professor Zwagle, who implement for taxation in Liberia are not out of the outer space. It's you and him. Foreigners don't become our leaders. Foreigners are not the police people. When you get paid, and we seem to only look at government people as though the government people in Liberia are a group of people we get collected, who say these people will live up forever, they will not change. That is essentially not the truth. The truth is that democracy is working. George Weah of your type has been elected against the will of the elite. How dare us still say it's they versus us? We're corrupt. That's That's why we do not implement anything good in the country. All of us, therefore, need to change our behavior. To that extent, Prof, I want to disagree that it's about them not implementing. It's about us. Who becomes the mayor here? The foreigner? The one of us. When he gets there and fails to clean up the city, gets money, and you're right, Prof. If you collected $1 just from every little, and they are willing to pay, true, but they then start eating their own money, we're hating ourselves. We need to stop it. Together we agree, only we disagree on that little thin line that all of us have a duty to the country. We're not doing that. So we're cheating, we're eating ourselves up. So we must agree to pay the taxes and agree to use the taxes well, period. Unless we do that, the job will come and take all the money, well, who do you blame? The foreigner? And one of us? That's the point. And all of us talking here, somebody will soon become representative. I was in Secretary telling the people, my man Duma, who was principal here, is there now. He was saying he would be the best guy. When he fails to do it, who do you blame? Something is wrong with us. Next question. My man from outside was the first. Let's be democratic. Yes. But my man, why are you sitting far? You outside child? I said that to exactly because somebody said, no way. I said, but me, I'm outside child. So come closer, please.
Yeah, well, my concern had to do with the real estate.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I am Ben Sekezi Davis from Niba County. Okay, from the Agriculture Department, RCC.
Okay, see.
My concern is real estate.
Yes.
Tax. If I build a house and I didn't go to school, I don't know how to read and write, and I built a house, and I didn't calculate the amount used, how can LRA determine and calculate my tax to be paid? Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Good question, sir.
That's a very sensitive question.
Yes.
Now, maybe before I ask that question, before I answer your question, I want to ask, is it possible for you to sell your house if you don't know how much you build a house? Can you sell your house? And when you want to sell it, you give it value? You will find value for that house for the person to buy it.
Even the most illiterate man know how to sell a house.
Name my house here, the way I build a house here, my house at 20,000 I'm selling you. So if you can find a price to sell it, then you can find a price to pay tax on it. So now, under the LRA, we gave you the privilege to value your own property if it's a residential property. You know why we do it? They have what we call architecture firm. Those people, it is their job to value. The architecture man can come here and sit down and tell you how much they used to build a house. Even if they are not 100% correct, it will be 99 or 98. They will do their calculation and tell you how much you spend on the house.
Yeah.
But for them to do it for you, they're not free. You're going to pay $500 or $1,000. So your own house to pay tax against somebody who can't do all I want for you to pay them. So we want you to go through that stress. So we say value it. So if you can't do it when our agent then come, another thing is tell them, man, I built a house here, but I'm forgetting now. But I use this. Just give them some idea that will help you in doing that calculation. But when you go to architecture firm, you're going to pay more money.
So, Gabi, to answer the man, yes, LRA will provide some assistance if you cannot at all. That's that. Yes, the man in the yellow before you. You just got thinking, then you put your hand on Jenna. That man. All right. Come on, man, you say it too.
All right, good afternoon.
We're debating in a way.
I'm Daniel D. Cargo from the business department.
Yes, sir.
My question is from the real estate.
Yes.
In case you have like an acres of land and you build on a little portion of it, will you pay it for the land and then pay for the house?
Thank you very much. Yes, you will pay for the land and for the house. You know why? If you own a piece of land and you build a house on the land, can you sell that land again? You can't sell the land. You can only sell the house, right? But if you are, can you buy a house and leave the land? When you buy the house, the land is for you, right? So the value of your house is the value of the land plus the value of the structure. So if your house that you build, you use 8,000 to build the house, and you use 2,000 to buy the land, the value of that house is 10,000. So you are paying both on the land and the house.
So no, to answer your concern, which I seem to understand, whether you would do so separately, no. You already got house on the land. So no separation.
The land house?
Yes.
The land value on the house.
You will wait. Our man from the high school, JWPS, and come. We came here for them too. Yes, sir.
All right. Again, I'm Roland B. Yomi from
Okay,
Wesley Pearson High School.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 questions.
You're still growing, my man.
All right. I want sorry.
All right.
All right. The first question says, if I maybe have a property and it costs maybe $50,000, and then I will one way or other 10, and then sold it to another person for something like $10,000, and the person that the tax I was paying at that time at that 50,000 level, it was something like maybe 35. And then the person who bought that particular property for $10,000, how much would that person pay?
Good. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the next question says, if ARA have a tax return, like for instance, if I pay my tax, after maybe 2 to 3 years, they'll say, oh yes, indeed, you pay your tax on time. Have so and so amount for you. That's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Tax return.
Those are sensitive questions. Now, indirectly, I answer your first question, but I'll go back on it. We apply taxes on the value of the property, whether it's the land or the house. We already have that property in the system. 50,000, they will continue to where you stop. The value will not go down. Then the issue of tax return. In Liberia, no, we don't give back tax return. We are working on it. Now, why we're not doing it for now? Because we've not reached that level. Our businesses in Liberia, Liberians don't do documentations. Our business people don't keep documents. They don't give receipts. If they are doing it, just very few of them. For you to get tax return, you must have accurate record of taxes you pay, what you sell, your business transaction. There must be accurate record keeping. So we're trying to reach that stage, and we must have all of the taxes that you pay registered in our system. It was not like that before. Now we're starting it. So we're preparing the road for tax return in Liberia. Right now, there's none.
You want to say something? Yes. Your hand being up. I come up. We're still around. Yes, sir. LICC.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Aaron S. Bogo from the Agricultural College.
Okay, sir.
I want to know, sir, why since the establishment of LRA, tax education has not been done like the way you are doing now?
People. Thank you very much, sir. Well, since the establishment of the LRA, we've not been vigorous like we're doing now because, you know, we got started and we have to sit down, then try to spread around. LRA is trying to establish in all of the counties. We were there, but our presence, we did not have our own facilities, we were renting, so now we're trying to be solid on the ground. So if we are all over the counties and we move around like we're doing, it's going to be good for us. And again, another thing, we don't have education is very expensive. We don't have the money. What we are doing now is sponsored by Osiwa. A lot has been done already, but not to the level that we are doing right now. So what we're doing, we don't have the money to do what we're even doing now. Somebody is sponsoring it for us. So we're reaching that stage that we'll have our own money to do that, and we will go from town to town and from village to village. But that is on our books, and we're planning to do that. Thank you for the question.
Very good question, my man here. Yes, we're coming. We're coming. Yes, sir.
I'm student James Walker from the Business Sector, LICC.
Mm-hmm. Call it Licc.
For me, I'm a little bit argumentative.
Say Licc first, my man.
Okay, Licc.
I want you to learn the new name.
For me, I'm a little bit argumentative, so I will eat a little bit of your time.
Thank you.
But don't take too much.
I wanted to ask you one question as related to tax in return, but my brother already asked that question, and I will still let it go that way.
All right.
if you say to us here today that you people don't give tax in return because Liberian people are not knowing when it comes to keeping record and documents, then if I have a business and I'm not paying my tax, how do you know that when you people, how do you know, how your office know that when we are not good at keeping document, or how if I am paying tax to you and I want tax in return this time around and I don't have document and I believe every cent I pay to your office you have document for that. Why can't you, the government, do my calculation and give me my tax in return rather than me bringing my photocopy of document to you for my tax in return? That is one of my questions.
I don't want you to go with that debate. Just tell the man.
Okay,
that-
question
that
number
begin
two.
doing it.
Question number two. Question number two.
Yeah.
When we talk about tax or taxation, it's
And
a
then your
global-
last question.
It's a global issue. We all know that. And we first of all want to say thank you to the LRA for educating us on what is taxation or tax.
Right.
But I do believe that we pay tax for the benefit of our country development. Because without tax, government cannot bring in development. Okay. I want to know what are the beneficiary factors in paying tax for the citizen. What are the beneficiary factors? I want to know all of those beneficiary factors.
The brother said he want us to move from here to there. So, Chief, and you told
But
him.
Mama, you're looking fair. Don't be fair.
Well, the senior brother said it. We came here to agree and disagree, to argue. And that's the essence of it. It makes the dialogue interesting.
Yeah.
So, now, let me go a little bit deeper when it comes to the tax return. You know, I was just trying to paraphrase, but now let me go deeper. Now, when it comes to the tax regime, every business in Liberia is supposed to do accurate record keeping. Now, when we come to you, I told you something here. I said, what? Our regime is self-declaratory, meaning you tell us how much you make. If you go to the businesses downtown, the man will tell you the whole quarter, maybe he made only 50,000. But take a chair, sit down in that shop. In a day's time, that man will make close to 40,000 Liberian dollars. And this is the man who is declaring 50,000 for 3 months. But just a day, sit down in that shop. Just observe, that man will make nothing less than $15,000, $20,000 in a day. So if we do our rough estimate and say, all right, this man, let's just do an estimate of 10,000 in a day. Meaning in a month, 26 working days, he makes 26,000. 26 times 3. You know how much will be in, right? Then that man come and declare 25,000. So the business people know how to dodge, and we also know it because they don't want to do record keeping. Tax returns can never be divulged from accurate record keeping. When we say record keeping, how much did you sell in a day? You have receipts. How many business people in this town can show receipts? How many? I'm not saying some of them are not doing it, but how many? I went to Waterside. I was teaching some Fuller guys. The other Fuller man said, "My man, they record keeping here. We're not able to do it." I said, "You sure you can do record keeping?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I can give you one simple example of record keeping." He said, "What you want to say?" I said, "If 30% walk in your shop and go to Waterside, it happens. Sometimes you find about 30% in one shop." I said, "Is it possible for you to serve 30% in a shop?" The Fuller man said, "I can serve more than that." "Oh, you can serve them, but you're not able to write down what in the bar." That one hard. But to get in the goods and collect your mappa is easy. But to just get a copy book, you don't even need receipt. Have a copy book. How much they men want? 1 gallon of oil. Just read it. The Fuller children went to school, they can read and write. So you get one secretary there beside you, accountant. How much they men buy? One carton of oil. You put it down. You read it. At the end of the day, you have a record of what you sold. But because you don't want to declare accurately what you made, so you say you're not able to keep record. That's one.
Even though he will argue that the one you collect gave the tax return, whatever they declare.
Fine. Another thing in Liberia, personal income tax. Liberia is the only country where personal income tax, you don't pay on certain amount. Before you start paying taxes on your salary in Liberia, you must reach a certain level. Certain level you don't pay. If you make below 70,000 Liberian dollars per annum, meaning your salary for the whole month is $5,830. Anybody making 5,830 Liberian dollars a month, no tax applied on it. You don't pay tax on that amount. In other regimes, even if you make $5, you pay tax on it. Every income is taxable. In Liberia, before you start paying on your personal income, you must exceed 70,000. So when we're doing our calculation, no matter what your salary is, we subtract the 70,000 from there. So instead of waiting at the end of the year, we give you the privilege of returns even before we start calculating your salary. That's for the personal income. But for other taxes, you must know how much you spend, how much you give out, everything, and calculate your profit, that, before we can come to the issue of returns.
Okay.
Agree, it's our own problem also, and we're solving that.
Benefits.
Benefit of taxes.
Yes.
My brother, people in Niba County should be the one from this side, from Ganta to go to Moroville. You've seen roads. Now, taxes is not only about personal benefit. It's not for you as an individual to benefit, but as a group, what do we benefit? Now, the government, unlike before, in the past, during those days, have you heard of what they call the county development funds, right? The Ellen Johnson government introduced that so that counties will help to develop themselves. People pay taxes. Out of the taxes they pay, take certain amount and give it back to the county to be used only for that county. How it is being used in the county, I'm being told, I read that Niba County is one county that really utilizes its county development fund compared to other counties. You buy yellow machine and other things and greater your road without even waiting for government. Go to other county development fund, they can only hear the name. They can't do nothing. Then at the end of the day, you want to blame government. Those are impacts that taxes are supposed to be making. You pay the taxes, then they take some of the taxes and give it back to the county. Say the county development fund. Use that money and pay one palava hot. Or you say this year, the money we receive, we'll do this project. Another year, you do this project. In 6 years' time, you know what you would have done for the county? But when the money comes, the cocoa sit down on it. You can only hear the name.
The whole in control.
You can only hear the name.
Back to me and Zwagli's story, we have to decide to stop being corrupt. It's about us. That man we're talking that in there again, he made Doko Pojana and a different story we'll be talking about that man. What is wrong with us is us. At least Nimba is trying, even though I can equate it to 10-15% to the imagination we have. But you go to other places, they don't even look like county. It's serious. And then we turn around, blame one group. But that one group can get elected here. We'll give you a job. That thing where you are acting like you're fair. You become city mayor here. You steal that money. You see what? People are like, the problem, we eating the money. They're not different people. Eh? Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
My name is Jimmy Zé Logao. I'm the registrar for the school.
Okay, Logao.
Right, sir.
Yeah.
What I want to say is that now that Liberians are now willing to pay taxes. And when I was small, I hailed from the border town. Taxes were people they used to grab our people, put them in chain, tie them, whip them, they waste cold on them.
We'll pour chain on
and
you
because
again.
they were doing it forcibly and there was no education at the time,
Exactly.
what happened was most people crossed, they went to Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Because of the talk show. But what we see today, I think it will give Liberia the facelift when it comes to payment of taxes. So I want to say thank you so much for the media group from the LRA. Let it continue. And our people will know what it means to pay taxes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Logao.
Very much, sir.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. People must know. Yeah, let's agree that everybody will not talk here. Then we'll not go. And that's all? What do women then? My man, don't look for trouble here. Okay, you come. Is it the women that say something? My man, you want to look for trouble?
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
The crew from LRA. My name is Koran Drogo. I am reading agriculture at Licc. I will say thank you, but I want to also recommend to you, because Liberians have not been fully informed, we have a misconception that Liberians are not willing to pay tax.
Yes.
One of the contributing factors are those people that are working, the tax collectors. The information they share is misleading, only to fill their own pocket. As a result, if you do not know, how will you hold me in contempt of an institution or information that I'm not aware of? As a result, I came to buttress what my uncle said. Liberians, we are our own problem. And because those of you that are working with LRA, you are in government, most of you place down the interest of the government. Because you want to get something to put in your own pocket, what will benefit the government, you place it down. When it comes to taxation, I have a small business here. But the people that are coming there, they and say, I lock ahead because they are not protecting the government interest. When I ask them, what you expect me to pay? They will not say, they will not tell me. They will say, pay small money. I say, I will never give you any small money. You see? So what you have to do your homework as Liberian. I'm glad that George Weah has taken the presidency.
You pro man?
Yes. We have to prove to other people that Liberians are sensible, responsible people. Thank you very much.
I swear.
Thank you very much.
The thing working, huh? The thing working. Somebody here, yes. Big brother, please come. Yes, we're coming. We're taking 6 more people and close. Yes. Everybody can talk.
Okay, I'm Nathaniel Kiela.
Yes, sir.
Theology Department.
We say you're more pay tax on offering too.
I'm very happy actually for
all right.
you're coming here today because we've been listening to radio and we've been wishing to actually be a part of these activities.
Thank you.
You know, Liberia actually, we can see that it's taking another step that actually we are happy, you know, to see this kind of thing coming on. My concern here is I know that actually this will also, you know, bring about some additional manpower recruitment for LRA. But I want to also understand that this process that you people are just introducing, when will it start? And also, again, being so a huge, you know, tax for LRA, how LRA is going to do, you know, the assessment for the real estate at the land and the horse tax, you know, as you can see for Ganta example, as an example, you know, for how NIMBA is growing, how you people plan to go about the assessment, you know, for the real estate, and also, you know, the work that you have to do in order to get the correct data for such work. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now, the real estate, everybody is going to pay. And we've planned to reach every house in Liberia. However, like you said, staffing and the finance. So we're starting first with Monrovia. Right now, as we speak, Monrovia and its environs, we are mapping everywhere. Every house in Liberia is going to be on our map. So we have 4 soldiers that are going around right now. They will go to the house and ask who's the owner of the house. you tell them how much you build your house, everything, they will get your information and we'll put it in our database. So we are going from house to house. After Morovia, we start coming down. Kakata and the rest of it coming, and we'll reach here. Meanwhile, we have our people here already they are collecting real estate here. But they might not be reaching everybody, but they've started the process. So when our team come, we start from where they stop. Houses that have been paying, we put everybody on the map, and those that have not been paying, we include them on the map, and everybody will pay. So it is a gradual process. We're going to get there. Thank you very much for that question.
So the countdown from 6 to 0. Number 1. Six to 0. That's 1 of the 6.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. And only one question for one person now.
I'm Pastor Creative from the Education Department. My honorable brothers and sisters from LMDR, I thank you so much for your time and effort. I'm very sure that this program is meant for educating us, college students, to be able to be part of the work that you have begun by reaching out to our people. Because I think I grabbed something yesterday, or the day before yesterday, from Tonia Gibson.
Okay.
That indeed you want to use college students, because most of our people in the villages and other towns around believe us so much. Thank you. So you were saying something regarding the 4 categories of taxpayer.
Yeah.
I was able to grab a small taxpayer, large, and the medium. But I was still listening. It's like something went away. So can you please help come back to it, maybe for the benefit of us, the listeners? And you were saying something around sole proprietorship, just something around our business registration. There was something like 2 different business categories you were talking about. So I want you to please get back to that, sir.
I might go read too.
Let me just summarize that for you.
Okay.
Now, we said under the business category in Liberia, we have 4. Actually, it's 3, but we just add that other part, the petty traders, because they are under small taxpayer, but it's just the lower part of them. So we have the large, those that make above 30 million Liberian dollars, the medium, that make from 3 million to 30 million, the small, they make from 200,000 to 3 million. They don't pass by 3 million. They are small taxpayer. Then the petty traders, those that cannot make more than 200,000 Liberian dollars, we call them petty traders. For them, we don't look at how much they make. We look at where they sell or what structures they use. Those of them that have fixed structure, like shop, they are class A. Those of them that do not have fixed structure, just table, nothing over A, they are class B. Those of them that sell on the ground or just sell around, they are class C. So that is how we rate them. And they have various prices to pay. The class C, 480, class B, 12, class A, 24. Then when you register at the business registry, we have sole proprietorship and we have corporation. Sole proprietorship is a one-man business. Now, it's not that small businesses are sole proprietorship. No. A small business can be a corporation. A corporation, not corporation per se, a sole proprietorship is a one-man business, but corporation cannot be a one-man business. It's not registered in an individual name. Corporation has its own tax identification number. It operates by itself. Now, the sole proprietorship is operated by an individual. Under the business registry, I can have my own shop, and the shop will carry my team. But the corporation is by itself. That is when you now start to operate from the office space, you start to have staff, and you have your business corporation, your article of incorporation. There are many things embedded in that one. So we have the sole proprietorship and we have the corporation.
I'm sure you took note. Count down to 0 from 6, number 2. You spoke before, right? And you spoke before. Let's give other people some chance. Enter. Yes, you have not spoken. Come. Yes. All right.
Thank you very much. I'm Evelyn Tado from the business department. I would like to know, I've been hearing about tax. Where do we pay our tax from? Or, do we pay it from our revenues, or we pay this tax from our principal? I want to know.
Principal revenue.
All right. Now, if I understood what you said, where do you pay those taxes from? Taxes are paid on income. In Liberia, under the tax law, the revenue code says every income is taxable. If you don't want to pay tax in the Republic of Liberia, learn this today. In the past, whether you have income or not, you will pay tax. You go make farm and sell the food and pay the people tax. Otherwise, they put you under the sun. Today, the government says, if you don't want to pay tax, don't work, don't own property, don't have any income, don't do business, nothing. Just sit down by yourself. To pay tax, tax is paid on your income. If you are working and you are earning a salary, you take tax from there. If you're making business, what you get from that business, you pay tax on it. If you get a house, you pay tax on it. You do business in a house, you pay tax on it. So taxes is paid from income. No
what
income,
you
no
get
tax.
is what you pay for. Yes, please.
All right.
She said revenue, she said principal. But what is revenue? All the money you selling Kobo down there, all the money you made add together. Then you take out the expenses. Then I revenue here. When all the money together will add taking expenses that revenue. When you take out the expenses, the one I leave, that the profit. That one they can charge the tax on. Then the principal, that the one you take to invest, they ain't charge you on that 1 year. But when you sell, all the money put it together. You take out the expenses, that one I leave at the profit. But when the expenses and the profit join together, like revenue. So you say, do I pay my tax on my revenue or I pay on the principal? You pay on the profit. The profit becomes your income.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for that explanation. But let's now tax issue we're talking about here. That's something very sensitive our chief talked about. Now, under what my chief just said, because tomorrow, if you don't understand it, you go take it a different way. And in the tax business, by the time you lie to somebody, you lie to the whole nation. So understood what my brother said. You pay on the profit. However, that not everybody can pay on profit. It's an argument that we have had, which is still on today. And the reason why it is happening, the people who pay 4%, let me be very bold with you, because of what has just been said. 4% is not good for the business. If other businesses argue with us sometimes back that they don't want to be under the 4% category, they want to pay 2%. Because at the end of the year, when you are paying 2%, you pay it on 25% of your profit. But 4%, any business that is paying 4% is paid on your gross income. No profit business in 4%. 4% is calculated on your gross income. So at the end of the 3 months, all the money you made, no subtracting expenditure days that. The tax law says on your gross income. So if your income for that 3 months is 100,000, you're not going to take expenditure there. You pay the government 4% only before you do your expenditure business. That is what 4% is. And you know why? Most of the businesses don't want to graduate. They want to remain on a small tax because they don't want to do annual filing. Yeah. So they want to sit down on a small tax. So that's a disadvantage for them. So if you want to get the advantage, go to medium and large tax. Those people have the leverage. Thank you very much.
And so that is to say, some of you might begin to start building tax houses in Ganta. You go build concrete house, you put tax on there. You try that one, they will tax. Once you buy black, they will still put on you. Count down to from 6 to 0. Number 3. Who are the blessed people? You've been talking. Who ain't talking yet? Who decided you ain't talking yet? They may not tell you. All right, we're going well. And you see, when you really dialogue about things, you can get it to understand it.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
I'm Daniel from the Theological Department of Licc. My questions here is this, or are these. First,
Only one question, and I are these now.
Okay. I'm using Licc as my case study.
Yes.
Licc is located here, and government found out that Licc have been paying her tax. And the government found out that there's a mineral under the soil, and they want to come and extract that mineral. Would they relocate Licc in an ideal location, or Licc herself will look for her own location?
My man, that's in the Constitution Review Bill. That's not what we're here for. That other question enough for the thing.
My brother, well, we're not going to look for a location for
So
you.
they make question that not part of it still count down 3. All right? Because they make question that for law business.
Government will pay you off. They will not show you location.
We can read that one here. All right, my man, can you say they count you here? Come, yes. That's number 3. They may your question will answer will come in. That is debate.
Okay, I Anthony Pay from the Agriculture Department.
Lift it, say it too short.
Okay, I think my friend has said all, but I get a recommendation.
Yes.
Since we trying to buttress the effort of the government to empower them at least to develop our country, there are some business people that we all know, but the revenue are not chasing them. They always carry people to police station for money and other things there. But I want to recommend, since we are trying to generate funds, to include them a lesson taxpayer, which is a sex worker. They are all on the street. They don't pay tax, but they take people to police station for tax.
They told you that before? My man, come man, you can't bring.
Hello?
Those people told you over there before?
No, I observe it.
All right. So, well, from the beginning of this, what did you say for the government to recognize you? What must you do? You must register, right? Any business that is not registered is illegal.
But tell your man to tell the client to go register.
Fine. So they need to go and register for us to know them. But now, you see, in other countries, those things are established. They register in other countries. So it is just left with us now. So if you tell them to register, let's see who will come forth to come register. So as far as we are concerned in Liberia, it's an illegal business.
You know, there's something in philosophy which is working in the West. Their belief is that anything you don't outlaw will not be a problem. So you start saying it's illegal to drink liquor here, the scramble begins. It becomes troublesome. So in the Netherlands, for example, they say you can bring in this amount of drugs that you able to take. You pass that one, you will pay. So drugs is not a big issue in the Netherlands. They equally declare sex working as a trade. A trade that even the married women can get involved in. Too bad to say here. So what my man is asking for is what he's not prepared to stomach. This is Africa, they're not Europe here. You declare that one, Jenna, your wife tell you say she go and do it so she can bring money, you will agree? That's what you're talking so. That's serious thing though. So that lead that one year. We're not really there. Mama, where are you? Now you here, come back. You know. That lead that one year, mama.
Yeah, man only is Wonogo. I think that's my second time coming here. And I read it.
Oh, no, your second time?
Yeah, my first
Can't go, sir. The man bring
No, the man ask question for the man answer question.
Oh, he did? My man can't.
So you want
Let's get our man
now.
later, man.
Yeah.
Okay, my man, go ahead.
Anyway, I don't think it's something to laugh because I'm a pastor. I'm always be bold. Yeah. I came here for the first time.
Hey, God. Pastor, go ahead, man.
Okay, my question had to do with what he said. He did mention today that if a government come here now and find out that this building is on a mineral, gold or diamond, and the government want to mine this place and maybe telling the president of the institution to relocate this place. And in my own case, if I have my place, maybe 1 or 2 room building, and that land maybe have diamond or gold under there, and I pay my tax, and you come to me, and you tell me that, yeah, there's a gold here or diamond, want to mine this place. And maybe you pay money or you give me anything that I maybe call to where I know I have to pay my money, and you try to get a amount that I'm used to pay that place. You understand? And where, this house that I'm paying the tax for is accidentally burned. What will I do? Yeah, it burned.
God burn.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. The house burn. Yeah. All right. I got your question.
How point? The other man talking brand and white man.
I got your question. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's be very strict. Let's face the fact. The fact that you are paying taxes on your house doesn't mean when that house gets burned, the government will refund you because you're paying taxes. You pay the house $10,000, then you pay $25 every year. How many years you pay for before that whole money reach $10,000 for government to give you? So let's be true to each other. Now, what the government bring people in the country, they get banks, they get insurance companies. So if you go and insure your house, when that house get burned, insurance company will pay for it. So government make sure those insurance companies exist in the country. But when you're paying taxes and your business burn, government not get nothing to do with that one.
All right. Countdown from 6 to 0, number 4. You've been talking. But under your bylaw. Okay, come on, man. When my man said, no, sir. Let's hear you, my man.
I'm Tatos Tokazono from the Agriculture Department.
But Nimba Corral, social farmers. That's
I have a concern, and it may be direct or indirect.
Please.
LRA, we understand that you people also do small thing concerning money issue in the country.
Small thing?
Small thing concerning money in this country now. And then we observe and listen to the media that our country, Liberia, is suffering every night of day. Rate is inflating. Things are getting high. And then when you get in connection with other business people, they will tell you because when we bring our goods to the airport, let's say to the seaport, the government can tell to pay plenty of money.
Yeah.
So what really LRA in connection with the ministry that are responsible that at least the rate will begin to at least be affordable for us.
In a proper way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My brother, you want me all to sweat here now? Yeah, you want us to start talking a thing while we don't know. They rate business. You and myself will not get control over it so easily. When Jawia were coming, we're hearing in Moriva, they say as soon as Papi can, in 3 days time the rate will drop. Jawia can control rate. They say that president can control rate. Now because we're in our own Broad Street that day, let me give you the gist. I went to change my father on Broad Street. They changed it 136. My man coming from Red Lair. He said, my man in Red Lair now the rate at 80. How the rate go down? They say, Papi talking today, the rate drop already. Papi get control over rate. The rate is not what the president feel or what LRA feel. Our duty is just to collect. The rate is determined by what you have. What can you produce in your country? What do you export? What are you doing in Liberia? The rubber that we were boasting about years ago, they now produce tire in Liberia before. With all the rubber that we have, you can bring rubber dishes from Cote d'Ivoire, from Guinea, even though we get a bigger rubber plantation in the whole world, right here in Liberia. But we bring in rubber dishes from Ivory Coast. You must manufacture. You must export so that your currency can be strong. We don't have the value.
Yeah.
It takes time. We don't have that control over it. But again, our country, that's why we have our commerce minister, we have our finance and development planning. They are working on that. And it's going to take time. It's not a day's thing.
Human beings are living for the stomach. That's all. That's what we're carrying. When you produce and eat, it's cheap. The truth is that Nimba County, Bong and Lofa are cheap in food. Very. There's a what a man, carry money, boy.
I think recently our government printed some bank notes. And we don't even know the totals.
Exactly.
Of the money. And we got plenty of Liberian data coming from different positions. We don't know.
You're right, KMB. Again, CMB, right? Please go. I agree with the cash money boy. But back to square one. What's wrong with us is us. Who made all funny money? Now to get the US, they made our money. We should get rid of that. What's wrong with us is us. Produce, decide one money, one currency, the country moves. Again, what's wrong with us is us. We got Nima Kante, my man. Think and be expensive like what, my man? Your banana here, plenty here. People not crying here. It can be like what? You will find. No. The thing all over the road. When GB said, my man, Secretary, my man, the poor one. I look at it and I say, I can't make it. They want. You will find that one in Barclay Veda. Yeah. But no, with the law, we may have breaking it. Okay, say it right there.
So what he said the president is not responsible for the rate. But I did some background investigation that they said doing chart the other day. If he tell you say 45, it's 45. They can't go above. And money changer cannot go above. And I really want to know if the money changer too are paying tax to the government.
Oh yeah, they are paying.
So if the president tells you that 45 in Raleigh or 45 in Nima, it should be 45. And anybody who go above 45, that person will be put in jail. Or the person will face the consequence.
Okay. I'm not sure it will solve it, but let's not go there. All right, I'm the chief here. We are moving on. Countdown from 6 to 0, number 5. Yes. We're not going to finish that discussion. You said something here today that you done. That's number 5. After him, the last person, and we have a song from President Kiamu.
Okay. My name is Augustine Dan from the Agriculture Department.
That's why people not hungry here. Man, they play correct, man.
My question is from the real estate. Somebody from that living in the interior, they're in the bush on our side.
What's that? Your side?
Where they can buy land, my side. Where they can buy land. Where they can buy land there.
Yeah.
And that man build a decent building. That work for either 2,000 to 3,000 US. Without man pay tax there. As compared to the main estate in Ganta or in Monrovia.
Oh, okay. I got a question. Yeah.
All right.
That's a
Thank
good
you
question.
very much for that question.
Zinhao in Morera, they say Zinhao here.
Now, what you are saying, he didn't buy the land. In other parts of Liberia, like I know about Cape Mount, most of the areas in Cape Mount, the land is for the town or for the village. You don't buy it. They just tell you, go and build your own house down there. They don't give you deed for that land. They land out for you. You can build your house there at your own spot, but no deed. So if you did not buy the land, you pay on the value of your what? House. When I was explaining it, I didn't say you pay on your house based on where your house is. I said based on the value of the house. So if your house in Ganta is valued 1,000, the same $2.50 you pay in Ganta. When you're in a village and your house is valued 1,000, the same $2.50 you pay there.
Simple.
What you should take into consideration, nobody can build a house in Ganta here for 1,000 easily. But in a village, it's very easy for you to get a 1,000 house. So the houses in the village will always be cheaper than the one in Ganta.
The last blessed woman or man. Blessed. Who is so blessed? It will not be those people who have spoken. Hey, you were talking here? Inato? Oh man, you the blessed man. Huh? You talking, huh? No, that man talk, man. The dialogue, LICC today.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Roger Kona. Government has come and gone. Why have you decided?
And they coming again.
Yes. Why have you decided to bring this education, and what do you hope to achieve? Thank you.
I want to ask you. Why would we not bring it now? All right. My man will answer. Just joking.
All right. Thank you very much, my man. But let's make this thing, let's look at it the practical way. Because I've been making mistakes, should I continue making a mistake? I'm not saying I was making mistake. I'm just saying something. If you are making mistake, can't you realize your mistake and do the right thing? Maybe we've been doing this. We were under the revenue department. Liberia Revenue Department. Now we have come to Revenue Authority. Under the Revenue Department, I was the one heading the education. And I know we travel every city in this country to do education. I know I came to Ganta. I was in the street, the major street of Ganta on 4 different occasions. I even had workshops here. I've gone to Barclayville and every other city in this country doing tax education. But you know what? Tax education is not a day's thing. It's every day's thing because businesses come up every day. So we are not just coming. The only thing is we are changing the approach. Every day you change the approach. But it has always been there. Thank you.
All right. The dialogue has come to a close. This is an Odeze in the northeast of Liberia. We've come from Saklepi. We're descending onto Monrovia. Today, Ganta, this evening is named by. I think tomorrow evening will be Palala, Palala to Baila, or Baila to Palala, Palala to Baila. We hopefully can branch off into Zuwinta or Zuwimpa. Come out, go to Batala, Batala to Tututa, Tututa to Salala, Wiala, and then to Monrovia by Saturday. Then we'll come back and jump into the southeast. Pray that we continue to do this for the country. Without much to do, we want to thank you. My name is John Cully on behalf of Tunea, Gibson, and Tanu, Fokpa, and Gassam, Gabi, Joe Brown, Joseph, Catherine, Toa, our man Tom on camera. Great team moving around the country. Thank you. Go in peace. You meet again.
Yeah.